Pronto. Aí, o legal desse formato de podcast é que a gente não tem que se preocupar com formalidades,
Perfeito.
porque é uma conversa.
Vamos lá.
Isso é o que deixa ele legal, porque para quem tá assistindo fica uma conversa natural. Aí não fica chato de assistir, né? Fica coisa maçante. Aí tô assistindo uma aula. Aí pronto. Então, tava explicando, acho que posso começar explicando o podcast, né? Pra gente decidir em que idioma nós vamos fazer.
Perfeito.
Já que nós já estamos no embalo do português aqui. Boa. Fica um pouco escuro, né? Mas pode ser o brilho também no celular. É um alto-falante. Deixa eu ver.
Mas a câmera do iPhone regula a iluminação. Aí pela câmera tá ficando escuro?
Tá, mas eu acho que deve ser o brilho do. Aqui a gente só tem realmente essa luz, né?
Tem essa daqui, essa aqui não é uma luz, né? Isso aqui é um alto-falante. Parece.
Uhum.
Eu não sei se é uma luz, não sei. Mas parece que não.
Acho que. Vamos tentar. Toda tentativa é válida.
Mas começa em inglês, né?
Inglês? Pode ser. So, explaining a little bit more about the podcast. This podcast, for those who don't know exactly how it works yet, it's about a interview, but very in a natural way, like a conversation, and between people in the scenario, different professionals and career people that come from different backgrounds, so we can create a view or a map of education from the perspective of different areas, which is like the final result of every education. Make sense?
Yes, a lot.
Because we could talk a lot like, oh, how can we teach better? But if the result of our students is not what we wish for, there is something we need to change in schools, in education, in teachers, in anything. And everybody goes through education in some way. Yeah. So for those who don't know me, uh, nice to meet you all. Mateus Brinjo is my name, and I am the founder of School King and Life King, which is a gamification platform or app that gamifies school homework. And I can give like this introduction. And we were born from scientific discovery. I'm still thinking in Portuguese, sorry, warming up. And we became a business or a startup after I found a solution for a problem that had like a huge market and no one was doing this. Everybody was, all the other ed techs were exploring a, like, we can call painkillers. They were developing painkillers for issues school managers had, school owners had, principals, and so and we had kind of the root cause solution. So then I'm starting this podcast and interviewing people to map the education to show a better perspective. And here with me, finally, I have Lorena. Lorena, tell us a little bit more about your scenario. You can do it in Portuguese or English. We can change the subtitles uh, as you feel more comfortable. Or
Yes, but share with you more about me. Could you direct me in terms of answer? It means you want to know more about what it's my job, where I'm from, about my educational background.
yeah, perfect. Usually I would ask you your ikigai, but no, not everybody knows what this is. So I think it's better to start like where you became. We can start from scratch. That would be interesting.
Okay.
Like your education. What did you think about the schools you went through?
Okay.
I think this is the way. Yeah, like from your school. I had a good school, or maybe not that good, and I had to run
Yes.
after it in the university. You can start from
so
scratch.
I was born in a small city call it Ituyutava. Small, small, small.
Itaiutaba.
Yes, and in terms of education, I have been studying in private school since I was born, basically.
Mm,
So I had access to great schools in terms of, I would say quality, but if I realize what quality it is, I would say that not quality enough in terms of perspective of life. But
mm,
obviously, what was available, it was the best that I had. And my first years in school was regular ones. It means no big deals, no big challenges, because I had all necessary to understand and to learn everything that I need to grow up in terms of uh, education educational background. But when I was 17 years old, I decided to go to USP University, a great one in São Paulo, and I intend to study there. So I moved
mm,
to Ribeirão Preto, and it was a big change in my life, because then I realized that when you are in a school, it's not a matter of subjects and teachers, but everything related to it, your environment, the way that people analyze it, you as a person or as an individual. So previous, I didn't have any understanding about it. So I was thinking that I had great opportunities. And then I realized, oh my goodness, if I was in my small city, I would say that I will never know this new world. So
yeah.
when I started to study in Ribeirão Preto, bigger, much bigger than Itiutauscher.
By the way, excuse me, I was born in Ribeirão Preto. Yes.
Really? You're an, yeah, I
That's
suppose
like
that you
too
were,
much coincidence.
yeah.
We should look for more people there, down there, to see what else we find. Okay.
So I studied there, and it was an amazing experience, not only in terms of academical background, but changed a lot in terms of perspective of life from my teachers. And but unfortunately, or fortunately, because I realized it after it, I didn't pass in USP, and so I had to move it to study in Universidade Federal de Uberlândia, because
Mm,
my older sister was living there,
mm,
and I started to study in Universidade Federal de Uberlândia, a public college there, so a great one. And since I started to study, I began to work in a Xerox company.
Xerox. Oh,
So
the
I start,
famous Xerox.
yeah, I started. Uh, this is a good thing, because since the beginning, in terms of academical experience, I start to work in parallel. So it means that everything that I was learning in theory, I was living in
Living.
a practical experience.
Oh,
So
cool.
I after that 2 years ago, actually more than it, I decided to have my own company. So around 6 years ago, I had a small company in my city, but after 2 years, I decided to move to Italy and live 1 year of different experience in terms of culture, in terms of language
I
and
mean,
experience.
you started a company or you worked
I
for?
started one. I
Oh,
was owner of this company,
okay.
but I sell it and decided to live in Italy for a year with no absolutely relationship with Brazil. Obviously,
Mm.
my family, but in terms
Wow,
of
that was
business,
like
yes, I left everything
plot twist.
behind. Yes, from scratch. But I think that what moved me to do it, I want to understand what I want and not want what they are offering me. And I, okay, 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 I have to stop everything around me and say who I am, what I want to do, what I, in all perspectives in personal life. So I moved to
Mm,
Italy, and I stayed there for 1 year and a half. And it was amazing, because when I was living there, I met great people in technology area.
mm,
And since then, I'm loved in this market. So I started to work with previous in market, but related to website, e-commerce, and etc. So I started to work with tech approach. So when I returned to
Mm.
Brazil, I became a CDO in an insurance company, a big one, and then decided to return to my own business. I'm a co-founder of a tech startup in US, Coral Gables, Florida. And for the last 2 years, we are helping startups in software development teams. So since one
Mm.
person or entire team, we are supporting them to develop digital products since then. So
So,
that's it.
as we say in Brazil, sell your fish. So if you have a
Basically.
company and needs developers,
Yes, absolutely.
you can
Yes.
count on her.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
Nice, nice. So that's interesting. And since school, you were thinking about tech
No,
industry? No, only
actually,
when you got to Italy, or
yeah.
the company you.
Actually, when I was the owner of my first company in Uberlândia, I decided to follow my clients by technology. It means if they are satisfied with my services and everything that was happening. So uh, I started to think on tech in
Hmm.
that stage, but nowadays I still not think in tech. I still think in help people through technology.
Yeah.
So it starts there, and then obviously I'm go deep in terms of tools and process in software engineering. But at the end of the day, what we really want is help people through technology services. So it's not only about technology. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, interesting. But like your course in the
Business,
universities you had was
business
about
and
business
marketing. Yeah, yeah,
marketing.
yeah.
Ah, okay, then you found technology as a as a means to deliver what business needs,
Yes,
like and
I have
business
as
owners.
partners great technical professionals. They are computer scientists.
Yeah,
So we have this deep background, and I have been learning with them for these 2 years. So I would say that I'm not that person who you code the systems, but I'm supporting the entire teams and following the client. So I really understand about the technology process, the software engineering process, but
mm,
I have technical people, great ones with me.
nice, oh, nice. That's awesome. So you think together with the client in his language, with the customer, with
Yeah.
his language, like a human language, not with the ones and O's,
Yeah,
ones and
because
zeros.
we have to offer. I'm not here in terms of business perspective, but we are dealing with dreams. You know that when we start a startup, you have passing through a lot of difficult things. So it's not a matter of codes, but it's a matter of take care and truly care about their dreams. So what will you
Yeah.
do to support and to increase the chance that they have success with that their ideas? So that's it. It's not only about software development.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah, absolutely
I know this
no.
very very well.
And
Yeah.
I was talking with you previous this podcast, and you described it a little bit about your challenge in the past. So I really want to understand better. I know that we are talking about other things here, but it's so
No.
relevant to understand your journey since then. So you describe it basically a scientific article. I don't know,
A research.
research.
Yeah, a
Yes,
discovery.
yes, and how it becomes a gamification
Product.
application and changing a lot of words around the world.
Yeah. You want me to pick a point or maybe do a
Your
summary
call.
of it?
Your call.
Everything? Okay. It's like it started like a scientific research.
Yeah.
Just wanted to know why education was not evolving as fast as the entertainment industry and all the other industries. Every time we find tech, a new tech or a new discovery that we can use to make things work better, we use it everywhere. But in education takes like twice, 5 times, 10 times uh, longer to use it, and sometimes it never updates.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That isn't it sad? Like it's so everything that evolves really starts in education. We need to teach people so things start happening really. And then I wanted to understand why this wasn't solved yet. And then I wanted to do the research to find this is the reason why they didn't solve it. This is why this was my main point. I wasn't that egocentric and oh I'm gonna find something amazing. No, I just wanted to understand and say yeah it doesn't work. That's why. But then I tested in uh, classroom of math with a math teachers, and I found like 80% of the students were disengaged on studies. In other words, they hated math, and this is not
Ordinary
new.
day.
No, no. And then how can school see this every day and do nothing? Like, uh, okay, recurrent problem. So let's try to solve this, or maybe understand why it's not being solved. And then I studied their lives, their the daily routine, and I found out the same students that hated studying were the same ones who were top rank in Free Fire, entertainment games like Fortnite, League of Legends, and everywhere else. They are Roblox, Minecraft.
It means
They are
outliers
amazing.
outside the school, but in school, almost as stupid. Or when I say stupid, and why I'm using this specific word, because when you were describing it, it means I lived it in my house with my teenager son. So, and anytime he said, "Mommy, I think that I'm stupid because I'm not engaged with it," but once he started to play or do something after the school, he was an outlier. So it was
That's the
basically
point. Yeah,
something that I have been living for a while. So please
exactly.
carry
This
on.
is a point about ikigai. This is something
Okay,
we could say.
I'm curious.
Yeah, it's like school is not his ikigai, but his ikigai, which is like his purpose, his call.
Get it. I heard
Ikigai,
about it.
I K I
Yeah,
G
yeah.
A
I heard it
I.
in a TEDx, if I'm not wrong.
Did you? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Now I realize it.
that is a thing everybody looks research and see like in Google. Okay, it's a
Yeah.
Venn diagram. Cool, makes sense. And then they close the tab. This is so much waste because that thing could be like the whole difference of one person's life. It's like the if you try to map those four quadrants, four sides, yeah, you can find like your purpose very much easier and faster than usually people do, like naturally, not looking for it. So, but coming back to the students, it's like judging a fish by his its ability to climb a tree.
Basically.
Makes no sense. Remember your story when you said you tried to go to USP
Yep.
and you didn't do well.
Yes, exactly.
Now you are a co-founder of a startup in
Yep.
US.
Yep.
Probably people who passed that test
Absolutely.
felt
Yep.
100 times smarter than you, but they don't feel until today that they can do what you have done. So isn't it something strange in the education system?
Absolutely. Yep.
Maybe at that time you could be convinced by the system that you are stupid,
Basically.
and then you would give up everything and not even try what you just have done so far. This is like something so sad because it happened, didn't happen to you, didn't happen to me, thank God, but it's happening every day to many students.
Yes, I agree. Unfortunately,
And
I think that it's a reality of a lot of people, especially in Brazil, that we have been living there for, I don't know, my entire life basically. But when I was living in Italy,
mm,
I saw different perspectives, but the same problem. It means that
it's
in
global.
terms of educate, exactly, that's the my feedback for you. I think
Good.
that's not a
Mm,
Brazilian problem, but a world problem. and we
Yeah.
have to change it. And I'm very proud as a Brazilian that you, as what we are doing, because I for sure will help a lot of people. So
Yeah.
carry on. I really want to know more about it. And in terms of,
Nice.
please carry on, and then you can.
Ah, no, no, it's amazing every word you said because it's like a validation. Yeah, because it's hard to say this out loud when no one is researching this. No one is looking deeply into it. It's like this is my I found out this is my ikigai. It's like my purpose
Hmm.
is solving this problem anyway, or rebuilding the education system. If I can't rebuild or solve it, I'm gonna maybe have to build it from scratch parallel and then destroy it. But I don't know. But at some point, we're gonna solve this for people to have their lives
Because the most beautiful, in my
working better.
opinion, because it's not a matter of an application, but it's a matter to understand that every person is capable to do anything that person want. And
Yeah,
it's not because in terms of education, I will change this word.
educational.
Sometimes it happens. So sometimes a person will think that it's not capable to do because the grades and everything about the school's not going as they intend to do in terms of results, in terms of teachers' feedback, but
Yeah,
it's not like it. So it's not a matter of a gamification application. It's a matter of offer different chances
mm,
for people who is thinking that they must rest in home
yeah.
and suffering and say I'm not good enough to do this kind of thing. So it's a life changer for a lot of people. I'm curious about the
How I
game.
solved
Yes,
it.
please share more about it.
Cool, cool. It's like two sentence can summarize what I'm gonna say next. One of them I would say is every winner, every person is the winner of a different of a different game. Happens to me too. uh, so it's not worth for me to try to win your game because you are the
Perfect.
winner of your game.
Perfect.
If I try to compete to you, maybe it doesn't make sense because you created this game or it was created for you. I need to create mine so I can be the winner of it. This is one sentence. Like not everybody. It's not like uh, every person can do anything he wants. It's almost that. I would say it's like everybody is very good, is a winner at some game.
Hmm.
I would say, but he needs to find what game is this.
But he's good. I think that the
Ah,
key
can be
here,
good.
because no, I think that sometimes when you try to do something and your feedback is, oh, you're not good enough, you think that you can't play your game. This is
Mm,
the change in my opinion, because I agree with you. We are not good in 100% of all games available,
yeah,
but once you receive a feedback, then say you're not capable to do this specific game,
yeah,
you can think that you're not good enough for any games. So did you, I don't know if I'm
yeah.
sharing. So
I see.
I agree with you. We don't have to be the best one in all of
Yeah,
games, but once you understand that, okay, if this one, specific one, it doesn't work for you, it means that you have to find which game you will be the winner for you. So that's the difference.
yeah. Maybe throwing back to the tree example,
Yeah.
like
No,
everybody
share more
needs
about the
to.
tree. They don't know about the tree,
Yeah.
please.
No, it was about the tree about in the fish.
Ah, the fish.
Yeah, the
Okay,
fish.
sorry.
It's like what you just said. It's maybe let me see if I got it. It's like everybody needs to try climb the tree, even though you are a fish.
Ah, okay.
They can tell you are stupid because you didn't do the
Exactly.
tree right, but at least you tried. You failed it.
And
You can
direct
choose. Yeah,
and direct and support you to say, hey, maybe you're not the best one to climb the tree, but you have a lot of opportunities. It's not about the tree, it's about
Yeah.
you and find your opportunities. So that's the difference.
Yeah, we need a system that can do this
Exactly.
carefully. Give
Exactly.
this feedback about the
And
tree
not judge
to
it
the
in terms
fish.
of good and bad.
But
Because
in
in education, again. So in terms of school perspective, it's not a matter of good or bad.
yeah,
You
I
know,
see. Yeah,
they have
it's
to change this
who can
perspective.
say something is good or bad?
Exactly. So,
Yeah, it's like I'm wearing a swimming suit, but if you are at the beach, it's
okay.
fine. It's adequate. Uh,
Yes.
but if you are in the lounge of a hotel, maybe not that
Not.
much. So it's not good or bad. It's just
Exactly.
like
Exactly.
different things. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. And the other sentence I would say is like the solution I found is I used to say the antidote. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like the antidote. It's like the solution
Yeah.
of a disease, like
Yeah.
coronavirus vaccine comes from the virus. So the antidote is always inside the venom. So I just, in that research, I looked what are these uninterested students who hate math doing when they are not studying math? And then I saw they are playing something, or maybe they are playing with each other, socializing. They are playing Roblox and games. So I asked myself, oh, let's see what these tech have that school doesn't have. And then I picked the best techniques they use to engage students. And I found that there were many solutions that were we call painkillers. They have like gamification, but it's not true gamification. It's like educational games.
Ah, okay.
It's very good, but for those who want to study and they need some better way to study. But those who don't want to study, how do you
My
give them
son
educational
included.
games? It's so hard. Yeah, and then I we need to do something else. So I picked some techniques Instagram uses. Like I don't like taking pictures of myself and posting on the wall and putting a paper so everybody can comment and see if they like or not my picture. This is ridiculous. But Instagram got a way to make this sound like fun. How? That this was the techniques I mapped. So I brought all them together into an app which gamifies the homework. The most disengaged students, they hate homework and they don't do homework or they copy from the neighbor
Or from
student
Google. Since
or
COVID,
from
you
Google.
have.
Yeah, they just don't do. They deliver in a way, but they don't do it. And then I brought this to their homework, these techniques, and I tested. My expectations were doesn't work probably. That's why nobody has done this before this way, exactly this way. But then it worked.
Ah,
Students started asking for extra homework, and I thought my research was all wrong because this was not my point at that moment. But then after I make the conclusion, I finished it and didn't do anything else. But the teacher, that teacher, the math teacher, told me you need to deliver this to other schools. You
great.
need to bring this again here so I can use and other teachers can use every day in every homework. Then I couldn't sleep
So it's not
anymore.
about homework. It's about learn in a funny and light way and feel so happy with it and engaged with it that say, hey, I want to live it again. So it's much more than a homework,
Yeah,
right? It's an opportunity to learn better, faster, and in a way that makes sense to them. Because I think that's the the key point here is when I ask it to my son, I say, Mom, there's no sense how they have been teaching for me for the last years. It no makes absolutely sense. and I say, okay, I agree with you. What
It's like,
what I can do?
what can I do?
Nothing basically. But when I'm hearing from you everything, I say I really want to use it with him. So yeah,
Perfect. Yeah, that's. I had an issue before because I sold the app for schools. Many parents asked me, "Can I have it?" But you need to ask your school to
yeah.
contract it, then you can have it for your children. And but then I this year we started a project which is called 5G. It's like the fifth generation school. So we built our own school because the schools were taking too long to use it, and people were asking for it. So this project is already available if you go to School King
I will
website.
go absolutely
Yeah,
100%.
it's possible to do, and we teach inside there more than school
Great.
teaches. Example: financial education, self knowledge, like how to find your ikigai, such things, emotional control. Because many schools, at least in Brazil, I don't know here in US, but they hire math teachers to teach uh, financial education.
Education.
If you look at in the math teachers uh, financials, it's like a mess.
Yeah.
How can they teach financial education in math? And usually what happens is the opposite. They make students hate financial education
Because it's not
because they
about
hate
money.
math.
It's not about numbers. It's about behavior. It's about yes,
Psychological
yes.
behavior. Yeah, that's the point. Behavior. Yeah, that's the best word. That's it. So yeah, I got the point. And all of these issues, you see that is like a chain of issues education has. We are solving one by one. So this is like the purpose of Life King and School King. School King is the app, the first discovery. Then I found out we need to go way further, and then that's why I developed Life King, which is like the mother business that maybe it's gonna make partnerships. We are maybe we are making partnerships with many different things now to make the complete system work. So we're gonna refund education, fund education again
Amazing.
from scratch. Yeah.
Amazing. I have to say that when you describe or someone else describe as a gamification, I would say that absolutely it's not gamification. It's
Okay. Yeah.
so much more than it. And again, I'm so proud because we basically met a few, I don't know, 1 hour ago,
1 hour ago. Yes. Nice to meet
and
you.
when you
By the
say,
way.
but I'm so proud, and I did say that I'm excited to try it, and I will do it this night, tonight. So
Ah, cool.
it's amazing. Congratulations.
Ah,
And I
thank
hope
you.
that it's one step from an entire journey of a success, not only for you, but for the children around the world. So
Ah,
congratulations.
thank
Very,
you.
very proud as a
Ah,
Brazilian, as a startup owner,
student.
co-owner. So
Ah, cool.
I'm very proud.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Ah, thank you so much. And for you too, so I'm sure this wasn't easy to get so far. And you know what? One thing I noticed, the events I went in these 2 months, I'm here in Silicon Valley, San Francisco, Oakland, and California. And in São Paulo too, by the way. Everywhere I go, it's so rare to find women.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
So you are not only an entrepreneur, you're like you crossed like many borders that I probably didn't have to cross. It was probably like so many days you got like this is not for
And
women.
in tech, 10x.
In tech,
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
god, oh my god, what am I doing here in this
Yes,
world of men?
basically. Yes, but I think that I never think as a woman. Uh, Obviously, I'm proud to be a woman, but I'm a person working, as I said, to support and to help people. And when you have people around you, as I have, as my partners, as my team, my colleagues.
Mm.
They are respect me as a person, as a human being. So it's at the end of the day, it's easy because it's not a matter of gender, but it's a matter as equal human beings respecting and supporting and cooperating. So
Yeah,
that's it.
that's
I'm
you got a point. Yeah,
yeah.
very good. Very good.
I'm very happy
Okay, so
to talk and to understand better about your journey. I don't know
yeah,
how long we will
I
stay
don't know
here.
either. I don't even know
I
how
could
the
stay
microphones are
here
still
for
working
I don't know
for a
for
whole day. Yeah,
a whole day, a whole
yeah,
week, or a
but
whole month, I think.
yeah,
But I'm not sure how much time we have to
yeah, but
finalize it.
we got a very good episode. I think it's gonna be fun. And again, I need to tell congratulations too, because that's awesome to to get to meet you.
And I want to invite you in front of your audience to be part of my webinar in the future. So Bitboundaire
Um,
has a, a webinar, and I would love to share more about your journey, your knowledge with my team and with
um,
the person who follow us. So
well, that would be a pleasure. Thank you so much.
thank you.
Yes, so I think that's the episode for today. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Yes.